I've got a bit of a challenge here. I've got to try and convince you in under 7 minutes to ride from 5 Dock to the fish markets. Well, you can see obviously I did make it to the fish markets, and here's a sample of what they had on offer. Well, how on earth would we do it from 5 Dock? Well, let's assume that one day we get the East-West Regional Cycleway built, and you come down the end of it here at Heath Street towards Timbrell Park, and we're going to hang left, and then we're going to ride down the road a bit and hang right, and we're going to cross over onto the Bay Run. Now when we get over here we're going to turn right, and there's a choice there. I've decided to go left, go past UTS. Again, a choice here. I've decided to go left under the City West Link. Nice cute puppies there, onto this new little bit of path, and we're going to go along the Hawthorne Canal. And look, the netball courts are open after they've been supposedly bulldozed. Now there's a detour here at the moment. It's temporary while they build a new path. It's rough as guts, but you can put up with it. There's Cafe Bones over there and the nice dog park on the other side of the canal. We might see it on the way back. Anyway, we get to this bridge and let's turn left towards the Hawthorne light rail station. You can see some bike racks there if you want to stop and say hello to the dogs. And for goodness sake, when you get to the light rail tracks, stop and listen and look, and pat the puppies as well if you want to. Do not get hit by a train. We come over the other side and we're going to hang right on the path and go up to this roundabout, and we're going to get onto the roundabout and we're going to go straight across. And now this is the first hill you got to do. This is either a low gear hill, an e-bike hill, or stand up and pedal. It is pretty steep. We're going to go straight across for quite some distance. We'll go across a couple of nice big roundabouts, but it's a pretty quiet street. You can see there's a bit of a bike lane there. And when we get to this street, you've got a choice. If there's no traffic, you can go across the road, or I sat there for 2 minutes. What I should have done is I should have gone across that crosswalk. It would have saved me a heck of a lot of time. We're in this back street, and that's Sydney Secondary College in front of us, and we're going to just dogleg here. So out to the left and then immediately right into this little alleyway that goes up the side of the courts here. Now when you get out the other side, this is important. Don't just go barreling across the crosswalk here. Stop, have a look to your right, because there was a bus coming. Make sure they're going to stop. Same with the one on the left, and then proceed. Try not to get hit by a car there. It's so easy. You could pop out of that little laneway and not look and get clobbered. Now we're coming down Hill Street, and it's called Hill Street because it's really steep. We hang left and we're going past this light industrial stuff, and when you get to the end, hang right, and there's a bit of a bike lane here and a nice concrete protected lane on this bend here, obviously to stop cars overrunning. Now there's another steep hill. This will really work your legs out. On the right here is the first of the cafes we could have a look at. It's called Clover. They do 6 dumplings for $8. I can highly recommend it. Over on the right there, that was the Annandale Hotel. So if you see that, you're going in the right direction. Now you're straight through the lights, down the hill, through the first roundabout. There's a whole bunch of cafes on the left and the right. We get to the second cafe and we kind of bear right a bit, and you'll see there's these red trafficy things on the left. When we get to the end of them, we're going to duck into Alexandra, and this is a kind of high density, apartment-y thing. We're just going to wind our way slowly through here, and when we get to the end of it, there's Bridge Road. Now lights turn green, we hang left. Make sure you manage to get in through the gap here, and we're into the pop-up cycleway. And just watch for cars turning left like that one. Obviously you'll see these merge points at several places. Really keep an eye out for them, because the cycleway ends and you've got to merge right into the traffic. And I've found every time I've come through here, the drivers have been quite considerate and let me through. Now when we come through this set of lights, there's a school on the left and there's no cycleway for some distance. It does eventually restart like it does here. Here's another merge point where you've got to move across to the right, and the reason for that was coming up to this crosswalk and there's these big concrete islands. Do not smash into the islands. Get out into the road lane, give them a wide berth, and then come back into the cycle lane. Another merge point and another set of lights. It's just a fact of life, unfortunately, but it's absolutely fine. Now when we come through here, I think it's Glebe Point Road, we're going to go down the hill, and the cycleway does start after a little while. Now what you do have to watch out for are these roads that pop out on the left. You really need to watch out for like a driver coming out of there without stopping. But really pay attention coming down here. Now we get under the railway bridge, and this is where the cycleway ends, and there's this last set of lights. The next set of lights is the fish markets. Now I had a tailwind here, and so instead of getting onto the footpath, which is a shared path, I just went with the tailwind because I was doing about 40 kilometres an hour. We're up here onto the shared path. It's 10 kilometres an hour, take it easy, lots of pedestrians, lots of dogs. And we just duck in at this end of the fish markets. And this railing along the left here, you can see, is very popular for parking bikes. I think when I came out, there was even more bikes here than when I got here. Where should you shop when you get to the fish markets? Well, I'll leave that up to you, but I always just generally go to this one that's right here in the door next to the, you've got the grocer and you've got the fish markets. I think they've got a good range and good service, but I'm not going to tell you where to shop. But there's plenty of variety. You could go to any of, about 10 fishmongers here. They've all got pretty much the same stuff. Guess it comes down to what you think their service is like, etc. Lots of stuff on offer. We stocked up today. It was very good. We're going to have a pretty good feed tomorrow night. Lots of good stuff here. We've got some mussels, we've got some salmon. No, we didn't get sea urchins, but we got crayfish and what else did we get? Prawns. So it's going to be good. Now there will be another video on the way back. There's also these guys do great bread. If you like crunchy sourdough, that's the place to go. This place sells olives and meat and all sorts of stuff, as well as some terrific cheese. Be prepared to open your wallet, because a lot of this stuff is not cheap, but geez, it's good. I have to limit myself by my carrying capacity, and how am I going to get that seafood home in that tiny little bag? Well, easy. We just unzip that, and hey presto. Let's just recap on how we're going to get there. So we get ourselves down to the Bay Run, one way or another, go around the Bay Run a bit, and we go down along the Hawthorne Canal. Look, alternatively, you could go along Lilyfield Road and down something like Balmain Road or Catherine Street, etc. Really wouldn't make any difference. But I think this is just an easy way, a much quieter way to get across. So cross over near where Cafe Bones is, get yourself to the Hawthorne Light Rail, and then essentially you're heading straight east across Leichhardt and then Annandale. There's a couple little dog legs you got to do. Then we get ourselves to through the cafe area, in Annandale, with the Annandale Hotel, etc. Round a couple of roundabouts, and you're onto Bridge Road. And then it's just a matter of following the cycleway all the way down to the fish markets. Pretty easy. My riding time has been an hour each hour all up. That involved quite a bit of going back to take photos and stuff like that. So really pleasant ride, beautiful day for it, and quite easy. So stay tuned for the ride back.